Before there was a United States, there was a land without borders. Vast rivers cut through silent forests. Herds thundered across endless plains. For thousands of years, countless native nations thrived here. Cherokee, Iroquois, Navajo, Sioux, and so many more. They hunted, traded, worshipped, and governed with balance and respect for the earth. Every mountain held a story, every river a memory. Then, across the horizon of the Atlantic, sails appeared, and everything began to change. The year 1492 marked a turning point. European explorers crossed an ocean chasing gold, faith, and fame. The Spanish came first, planting flags from the Caribbean to the deserts of the Southwest. The French mapped rivers, traded furs, and befriended native tribes. And the English, seeking a new start, founded Jamestown in 1607. It was a fragile outpost clinging to survival. Starvation, disease, and fear claimed most of its settlers. Yet, from that desperation, the first roots of a new society took hold. Over the next century, colonies multiplied along the eastern coast. From Massachusetts to Georgia, 13 settlements grew, each with its own character. Puritan towns in the north sought faith and order. Planters in the south built fortunes on tobacco and enslaved labor. Merchants in the middle colonies thrived on trade. Though separated by distance and purpose, they shared a single conviction: that life here could be freer than anywhere else. 13 small seeds, quietly preparing to sprout into a revolution. But freedom had a price. Across the Atlantic, the British Crown demanded taxes to pay for its wars: sugar, stamps, tea. Each new law arrived without the colonists' consent, and honestly, each deepened their resentment. No taxation without representation. In Boston, protest boiled over. Tea chests split open, spilling defiance into the harbor. The Empire saw rebellion. The colonists saw justice. A spark had been struck, and the wind of revolution began to blow. April 1775. Shots ring out at Lexington and Concord. Farmers become soldiers. Families become refugees. Give me liberty or give me death. In Philadelphia, delegates gather beneath candlelight and courage. On July 4th, 1776, they sign a declaration that will change the world: that all men are created equal. 8 brutal years follow. Through freezing winters and empty stomachs, the Continental Army endures. At Yorktown, victory is sealed. A new flag rises, and the United States of America is born. Independence won the dream, but not the peace. 13 states argued over power, money, and identity. In 1787, they forged the Constitution, a promise of liberty balanced by law. Yet even in this new republic, freedom had boundaries. Millions remained enslaved, their cries echoing beneath the words, "All men are created equal." As the nation expanded westward, opportunity collided with injustice. The young country grew, but so did the divide between North and South. In 1861, the fragile Union shattered. Brother fought brother. Blue clashed with gray. The Civil War became America's greatest trial. Fields once golden with wheat turned red with blood. President Lincoln spoke of a new birth of freedom, but the cost was unimaginable. Over 600,000 lives. When the guns fell silent, the Union stood, and slavery was abolished. Freedom had been written again, this time in sacrifice. From the ashes of war, a new America emerged, forged in steel and steam. Railroads stitched the continent together. Immigrants arrived by the millions, carrying hope in tired hands. Cities rose toward the clouds. Inventions changed daily life. By the dawn of the 1900s, the United States was no longer a frontier. It was a force. When two world wars engulfed humanity, American soldiers crossed oceans once more. They fought not for conquest, but for the belief that freedom belongs to everyone. After 1945, the United States stood at the summit of power. But leadership brought challenge. The Cold War divided the world between fear and freedom. At home, citizens marched for civil rights, demanding the promise of equality at last be fulfilled. From the dream of Dr. King to the steps of the moon, progress pushed forward. Through triumphs and tragedies, Vietnam, Watergate, 9/11, the nation wrestled with its own reflection, always seeking its better self. Today, the United States stands as a mosaic of its history, diverse, divided, dynamic. Its strength is not perfection, but perseverance. From the hands that wrote the Constitution to those that code the future, the same restless spirit endures. Every generation redefines freedom, justice, and unity. The story of America is not finished. It is still being written by millions of voices. Because to understand who we are today, we must always look back, from the past to the present. This has been a Past to Present production. Subscribe for more stories that shaped our world.